session review.
Okay, another video to come out. So it's been a little bit since we had our session. We had that one shot, which was fantastic, ran by Diogen. Really loved it. And now we're getting back into the plot, the lore, the good, juicy stuff. Okay, so let me run you through this. Last session, we reconvened after we had defeated Vesa. Y'all had taken him out. And you kind of, had some ways you wanted to wrap up Atlantis. So Inu and Cruel Wrench first go outside, and they plot on this plan to give Vesa contracts. Interesting plan for sure, but they want to give Vesa PepsiCo's powers. So interesting. After this chat, they agree, and Masayoshi says he will help. And then Inu goes back inside, and our good friend PepsiCo takes control of Cruel Wrench after they failed their check and brings them to his lair to essentially talk to them, just to make sure everything's all chill. Um, and Cruel Wrench pretty much like, yeah, it's all good. I don't really know who I agree with, but like, I'm with you. Like, we're gonna kill Vicus. That's still the plan. I'm with you. So I'm gonna assume Pepsi Cruel Wrench. That's what you're thinking. That's the plan. We're going with PepsiCo, and we like PepsiCo as of now. So he also invites them to. He invites the whole entire party to come over to PepsiCo Tower at some point. So he wants them all to come to celebrate Vasa's defeat. Bunny also performs a miracle. She shatters Navia's antlers, getting rid of Seraphel's connection to her. And Mira and Tormir, the leaders of the elves and the dwarves, respectively, see this and they all clap and they're like, "What can we do for you?" And Bunny is like, "I want a church," and they're like, "Okay, sure." There's been this guy talking about churches, about miracle stuff. Do you know him? And you're like, "Oh yeah, Bunny remembers. That's the guy that from the deck of many things." Yeah, sure. And let him in. And then this guy like comes in. He like pleads loyalty to Bunny. And he's like, "I'll do whatever it takes to follow in the words of Toby." And as there is no Bible, um, she kind of goes, "Yeah, just go to Riften, learn about Toby from the people that have the church there. That's good enough for me." Um, and that's about it. I know it's a kind, it almost feels like I might be messing up, but my idea is essentially, with the Toby religion, is that Gibson and like the people that Bunny lived with were like the head of their religion. They were like the strongest people pushing it forward, and then they would go sometimes to Riften to do mass, but and like there was people there that had learned of the religion, but you know that church was there and it was present, and it was helped set up by them, but after Gibson died, it still being run by some people, but they're not like true Toby people. They're just people that like kind of know of Toby and believe in Toby, but they don't have like a true connection like Bunny does. So Bunny's really like the sole connection to this religion, to say. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. So he will go to Riften to get some more info, and then Toby has to talk to Bunny personally, about something, which we didn't get to sadly. But as we go back, Inu back in the room is all torn up about meeting Ignorox, and he's like, "Ah, Ignorox killed my whole friend group and everything. He killed all my party members, and we had to go over their names again, which I am not gonna make you all sit through again." But he was upset. Tormir and Nami went to console him. He was still kind of upset. Nami, though, does tell him that she's going to go back to her family. Um, and like I said, she rolled well, so she does actually appear at her family. And then Inu gets even more upset. So everyone kind of gets drunk. They all go home together. Um, they all get brought back to the hotel where they stay, pretty much. So kind of just a good time. Crow Wrench was shooting some fireworks, everyone to watch, laughed, had fun. That was it, as you all made your way back. So then the next day, we go to Vase's Justice. So y'all go to well, Atlantis has prepared like this big celebration for you. So you guys all like walk through the town as like everyone is like giving out food and there's celebration and there's merriment. And then you get to the Elven town center where Navia, Tormir, and Mira are all like, waving and like They have like a microphone prepared. They've been giving speeches, and you all walk up. Inu goes up and gives a speech, and then Diogen goes up and plays some rock music. So that's cool. Then Inu, Cruel Wrench, and Bunny all go down to meet Vesa in his cell. The guard allows them to just talk to him, and then Bunny decides to leave the interaction. I forget why. I think she gets nervous or doesn't want to deal with Vesa. So she leaves. So Inu and Cruel Wrench are there. Vesa essentially is like, you guys took everything from me. You ruined my life. Like, why are you here to taunt me? And then Vesa is like trying to poke at Cruel Wrench, being like, why do you even trust PepsiCo? He took everything from me. Why do you think he's on your side? Blah, 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 blah. Eventually, Cruel Wrench offers a contract, which Inu writes some extra things on. Essentially, he writes that you do not get new warlock powers, and also you're impotent. So Vesa signing the contract. Nen does flow into him. So he tries to cast Eldritch Blast to break out of the prison cell, but it does not work. It fizzles due to this addition on the contract, and therefore PepsiCo takes control of them, and essentially says that he's just happy that Inu helped him take control of this man, and he ponders with them, what kind of hell should this man go to? What eternal damnation should he have to endure? Because Inu, because they brought him here, and now he is fully in hell. So they kind of go back forth with PepsiCo. PepsiCo does tell Inu also about the event that he's throwing, and he wants them all to come. And Ian's pretty upset they damn the guy to hell. They go upstairs. The Wizard King appears, as he does have this ability to kind of just teleport and also make clones of himself and go anywhere. He's pretty like an all-powerful being, which I don't normally bring up, but I did now. And he comes and he like he's kind of has hearings of a time. He's like, hey, you guys got Atlantis. This is pretty cool. I'm thinking we go meet up with the Wisdom Isle people. We go sign a peace treaty. We do some good stuff tomorrow. So be there tomorrow. So they go meet up with the Straw Hat Pirates, and they resurface the Going Merry, and then they go to the Wisdom Isle. They are drunk, so they just continue to drink and party as they go. Zen Lee, this panda-looking guy, greets them, brings them to the peace accords, and as they get in there, they see many of the high people in the Wisdom Isle who we kind of pawned over, but they're just the Kung Fu Panda squad, and then they see like the Wizard King, and then they see some noble humans, which is Jeffrey Epstein and his crew, which Bunny does see Jeffrey Epstein and isn't able to immediately clock it, but feels weird. At which point, immediately Cruel Wrench walks up and starts to ask Jeffrey Epstein what's going on, and again, things seem kind of weird, but then Zen Lee is like, please calm down. We're going to be dealing with that person later. So the Wizard King creates a clone of himself, starts recording and streaming the entirety of the peace accord to the Clover Kingdom. The party listens as he like goes up with this grand like gazebo and on that looks over this entire island filled with different animals that can all speak and have their own ideas. And he just says like, peace is for all. We will combine all these people under the Clover Kingdom and defeat the Heart Kingdom at all costs. Then Zenli joins in saying, yes, the Heart Kingdom is truly the one that will stop people from being their true selves, and they must be stopped at all costs. Blah 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 blah. Everyone signs the peace accords. The party signs first, as it was kind of their work that helped make all this possible. And after they do sign the peace accords, Bunny they're all pulled over by the Wizard King, and he's like, yeah, you guys were right about that guy Jeffrey Epstein. He is bad guy. So, Bunny, if you could cast Hold Person when I say we're signing this for peace on him, then we can arrest him and like make this look even better. So this whole big event where they not only broker peace between these three lands and like truly caused like this uh combining of all these forces, they also arrest Jeffrey Epstein, who is an issue. He has had less power considering he was working with Vesa, who is also a pedophile. But after they do get him, that you guys essentially wrapped it all up, nice and dandy. I know it's a little quick to go through Wisdom Isle. We could have probably had some funny interactions there. But I don't know. It just it's kind of getting written out of the story because we don't have Monkey, Ben Huang's character. But you know, it was still a great session. I thought we did really well, and I'm very excited to see what we're gonna do next week. So hopefully you can see y'all there on Monday.